Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alice. Today I will be altering, taking in the waist on these pair of pants, and I will be taking the measurements off of these trousers. These two dress pants look almost identical, but they are different sizes. Okay, first I will measure the existing waistline. Lay it flat. And measure. These are about 17 1/4. So that's the measurement I will need to do on this one. Same thing. Okay, so 17 1/4 is about here. Okay, so I will make a mark here and here. And this is the difference that I will have to take in. So that's my measurement that I have to take in. So that would be almost 1.5 inches. So now I will take that measurement and go to the back of the pants and measure 1.5 inches. So that would be like 3/4 on one side and 3/4 on the other side. Okay, and I will mark these measurements on the other side of the waistband as well. Okay, so I know I will be taking in 3/4 of an inch on each side. So I have to undo that stitching to get inside the waistband. Use the seam ripper if you have one on hand, or scissors are good as well. Okay, so that's how it looks inside. And what I'm gonna do next is to turn the pants outside in or inside out. Okay, perfect. So what I want you to do is to turn the trousers inside out, and I want you to put both halves of the pants inside, so one leg inside the other one, as I did over here, as you can see it right here. So it looks like I only have one leg, I guess, right? So I want you to do it like that. So put it inside, one inside the other one, to have that back seam exposed. So then it will be easier to mark. Okay, so once you have it flat like that on your work surface, on a hard surface, what you're gonna do is measure. So pretty much copy the measurements that we did at the beginning, which is the 3/4 over here, three-quarters over here, and continue down until over here, that curve close to the crotch area, and we're gonna nicely curve that line. So once you have the marks done, I want you to connect these. You can use a ruler if you would like to. That's fine. And you draw the line, a little bit curved. Go deeper. That's good. Okay, what I want you to do is to base stitch this or pin it with pins to keep it in place. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just pin it. As you pin these, make sure you're only pinning one layer. You're not pinning any pockets or anything like that. So double check the other side. Okay, and here at the waistband line, you have to make sure that these two seams will align. So take it to the front, to the right side. Align them nicely. All right, perfect. Good. Okay, and get the pin through the waistband. Perfect. And same thing over here. There's another line like the top of the waistband. And same thing over here. Okay. So again, I need 3/4 and 3/4 and 3/4, and yeah, all is good. Okay, that's good. Okay, and now I'm gonna move on to my sewing machine, and I will stitch it with a straight stitch starting at the top of the waistband. I will secure the stitch with a back stitch. I will do it a couple times, and then I will stitch down the line all the way down, and I will finish at the crotch line, and then I will repeat that stitch. So I will make the stitch twice, mainly because to reinforce it, to keep it strong. Put the pins as you sew, because you don't want to break the needle. Make sure you don't have anything trying to get under your presser foot. Take your time over here, go slowly and stretch. So pull this direction and this side, so like apart. Now go slowly as you are about to sew over the waistband. Make sure these are folded towards you and follow the marks. Okay, take another pin out. Make sure nothing caught under the presser foot. Secure the stitch. Okay, let's see. Look at that. Very good. Like I said before, I'm gonna stitch over that. Okay, that's good. Okay, so that seam allowance is quite big. That's too much for me to hide inside the waistband. I will have to trim that. So I will leave about maybe 1.5 inches. Let me see, how much is that? 1.5 inches. Yeah, about 1.5 inches. So I will trim anything that's over the 1.5 inches. And then I will zigzag each layer, so separately. And then I will iron press that just the way the original is. And then I will show you the next step. Okay, so this is my cutting line. I already marked it. And this is 1.5 inches, so a little bit wider at the top. And as you go down, I will shrink the seam allowance by about 1/2 inch. So I have 1.5 inches at the top and then 1 inch at the bottom. And now I'm gonna cut. So make sure you have that flat, nothing underneath again, because definitely you don't want to make a hole in your garment. Okay, almost there. Perfect. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now I will undo the existing stitch that's in here. So I will use my seam ripper to do so. And make sure you use that tip to go inside the seam, so you're not gonna make a hole. All right, that's it. The next step is to zigzag the edges to secure them. Okay, let's look. Okay, so that's how the zigzag looks like. Perfect. Okay, so the next step is to hide these edges, the ends of the waistband. So to do this, I will just turn them in, just like that. Okay, I want you to hold on to half of it and then pull the other side out. And make sure the back seam aligns, these two align. So once you have that, hold it tight. I'm gonna pin it, but normally I don't. I just go straight to the sewing machine and I will secure it over here. And I will do the same thing on the other side. I'll backstitch it to keep it in place. Okay, and that side is done. I will move on to the other one. So same procedure. Squeeze that with your fingers, pull it out, just to have that clean edge, and then fold that in. Okay, turn that outside, just the way it should be. Beautiful. Okay, so the next step is to secure it. And the way I do it, I follow that existing seam. So I will top stitch right in the middle of that seam. So between one side of the waistband and the other side of the waistband, going down a little bit, like all the way to the belt loops, where the belt loops end. So right there, to keep the waistband in place. Okay, so starting about midway of the waistband, get your needle in between the seam. Just like that. Okay, that's how it is. That's good. Okay, and that's it. My alteration is done. And let me see, how did I do? Okay, so that's the beginning of the waistband. Perfect. How wonderful. That's done beautifully. Okay. That looks great. Perfect. If you like this video, please share it, like it, subscribe, and come back to my channel for more content. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.